wrestler or a professional football player. Cross those waters, go to Europe or Asia, you're looked at as a god.
Yeah, the last year I met him here at FIBO too. So that was the #1 day in my life last year. It was my screensaver for 1 year, the picture with him last year. So now I got a new one since I made a photo with him now.
My prediction is definitely Phil winning this year. No hard feelings, Ray. I still like you.
I think it's a little bit a revolution in bodybuilding, what he made. He's a new breed of bodybuilders, and he has the complete package. He has always very good shape, very good symmetry, but also lots of really muscle, yeah? And that's what I like.
I'm Michael, I'm from Belgium, and Phil Heath is really my idol.
Oh, thanks, man.
I want to be
Thank
like
you.
Man, really.
Thank you.
Inspire me,
I appreciate it, brother.
Last year I take a picture, and now I want him to sign this picture for me, and he did it. It was very cool. I like Phil.
Wow, it's great. It's great to meet him. He's my somebody to look up in the sport.
It's basically synonymous of what a professional football, NFL football player would feel like being here.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's just different. I mean, probably because of the fact that they don't get to see me very often, and quite frankly, they don't have the mainstream sports that we have here over there.
You are the king, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Just look at that. Just look. It's okay. Come on.
Oh, here we got Jonathan filming me, filming him. What's up, man?
I'm filming my new DVD.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. It's called Christmas Gift.
Alright guys, what's up? We're here over at Armbrust Pro Gym getting ready for back training day. Today is August 23rd, 2011. We're roughly about 3 weeks away from the Mr. Olympia contest in Las Vegas, Nevada. Feeling pretty good. A little tired today, a little beat up, but that's expected given the fact that we're training for the biggest show in the world, and you're giving it every bit of ounce of energy you can. I've been doing a lot of cardio twice a day now. My trainer, Honey Rambaugh's been cracking the whip on me from all the way from California all the way to Denver. So I just been, killing myself in this gym, and so far so good. I mean, I feel that, I'm looking the best I've ever looked. My weight is just a tad under 260 pounds. And given the fact that I've been depleting this whole time, I can actually take that. And that would be around 9 to 10 pounds larger than what I was around this time last year. So I'm really excited about that. Like I said, we're gonna train back. We're gonna start off with some chins, and we're gonna steamroll through this workout. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna be really intense. We're gonna do a lot of rowing movements. And I'm gonna show you why this workout is gonna help me win the Mr. Olympia contest. So here we go. I usually like starting back off with some leg grip chins just to warm up for everything else. I think it's a good way to widen and thicken up the lats a little bit, but also get a good stretch. So then when you get into your rowing movements and stuff, you're already ready to rock. So typically you guys would see someone doing bent rows overhand. Well, although I do find that effective, I realize that doing them underhand, you may recruit a little bit of bicep in it, but you start hitting more of the lower lats, and if you go from 07 pictures to 08, what the biggest difference was on stage was my back development, and it was from doing these rows. we did everything with both arms, and now we're working each one individually. So now I get to focus on which side may be stronger, which side may be having a little bit harder time. I want to make sure that I'm symmetrical, make sure that everything is balanced. It's going to test your will because you just did barbell rows, and you're not going to be as strong, but mentally you can get through it and you can definitely put up some weight. Oh, you ain't shit. Yeah. Oh. Obviously, I go get a lot of chiropractic work done, and that's to keep the back in the perfect alignment so then the nerves actually function correctly, so therefore each side can perform at its best. But it's up to me to make sure that I'm actually feeling the contraction. Instead of having our full chest and abdomen hitting the pad, what I've learned to do is have my butt sticking out a little bit further on the pad, with me leaning in to the pad with my chest just grazing this part. And what that's allowing me to do is, instead of being up here, going here, now I get to go here and get even more of a stretch, pulling all the way in. Trying to do some lat pullovers, and what we're trying to focus here is just get a really good contraction, really good stretch. Try to thicken up this rib cage in here and try to expand it a little bit. And there he is. This is definitely something that I feel that can help your poses in regards to your ab and thigh. Anytime you put your hands above your head, you can have more thickness, more development, along with your front lower bicep. So this is definitely an exercise, along with doing dumbbell pullovers too. I think that everyone should incorporate in the back like this. Oh yeah. That completes our 3.5 week out back training for the 2011 Mr. Olympia contest. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure did. The pain is definitely in me right now, but I think I beat up some weights today. So from here, I'm gonna do a little bit of posing and take some pictures for my trainer, Hani Rambod, and get some online consultation from him and have him critique my weak areas. And right now what we're really trying to focus in on is just tightening up the skin as much as possible. Glutes, hamstrings, calves, everything, lower back fat, just try to strip all that away and figure out what meals we have to change up and how much cardio do we have to do, how much sauna treatment we have to do, all these things. We got to cross all our T's and dot the I's to be our best. And I know he trains Jay Cutler as well, but his job is very difficult, but in a sense it's not that hard because all he's doing is just making sure that he and I are at our best, and whatever happens, happens. But I can tell you this, I definitely felt that I got better today. Hopefully you guys felt that way too once you try this workout. And on to the next one.
It's like a Bentley and a Ferrari. Like, what do you want? They're both high-priced cars. They're both flashy. You like it, but one's more streamlined than the other. Just what do you like? You know.
So one of the cool things that I decided to do was before I stepped on stage was to do my little pump-up routine, but I wanted to give the fans a little treat. They actually had near my booth an area where they had weights provided by Hammer Strength.
Let's give these fans something they probably haven't seen, which is pro bodybuilder, not even going backstage, but just pump up in front of everybody. See, I'd rather sweat out here, pumping up, then I'll get my second win by the time I get up on stage.
Oh, thank you.
It was funny because you could see like the crowd keep becoming larger and larger and larger. Luckily, by then, we had a different area. It was fenced off because now people were wanting to be able to climb over the fence to actually work out with me. Give the fans something different. You know, it's one thing to give them an interview, it's one thing to give them a handshake or sell products and whatnot, but to actually allow them to watch you train or pump up before you go out on stage, I thought that was pretty neat, and I'm just glad that I had a chance to do it.
Woo! Shit!
They cheered, you know, extremely loud just for guest posing. I mean, we probably had, I'm thinking, close to 2,500 people standing room only in an expo watching guys like me guest pose.
Yes, you are. Toasted love, and when we done with West Coast love, for sure, how much for the know they will bring
I've never had that in the States ever in my life, and hopefully it can get back to that one day, but as of right now, they really know how to show the love.
Phil, thank you very much, and welcome back at FIBO 2011. What about your preparation for the upcoming Mr. Olympia Challenge this year?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you all for coming. This is my third time in Germany for football, and the crowd gets bigger and bigger every time they come. So I just want to say thank you all, because this is amazing. I feel like I'm getting ready for the Mr. Olympia. As of right now, I feel like I'm on an Olympia stage. To answer your question, I'm just excited for the contest, training hard every day, and I'm going to bring something you haven't seen yet. Come September 16th.
Also er wird was ganz Besonderes uns zeigen. Das dritte Mal hier auf der FIBO Power. Er sagt, es ist unglaublich, wie sich das Ganze hier entwickelt hat und er bereitet sich, wie gesagt, auf den Wettkampf vor. Thank you very, very much. Nice to have you here on stage, on the bodybuilding.com stage. The gift, Phil Heath.
Being at the FIBO, you know, you're not just speaking to the German crowd. You're speaking to various audiences that, you know, from all over the world. Bodybuilding is a purpose-driven lifestyle. You every meal, every rep, every set, everything, every ounce of sleep has a purpose. Everything you do on a daily basis has purpose in bodybuilding. So then you only have a minute to show it. Just to have my words be translated into their language to their audience was really, really, really cool. Being in another country, not understanding the customs and the language as much, it feels very comforting to know that people appreciate you and pat you on the back, shake your hand, and just tell you to continue doing positive things.
Sie mal auf die Schulter klopfen, die Hand schütteln und sagen, wow, du machst einen guten Job. Deswegen ist er auch hier.
Whether I was posing or just walking around, I was always being followed. Every person in that venue knew who Phil Heath was. And it was just an awesome feeling. It definitely made me feel like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, you know, someone that's been around, a Dorian Yates, you know, a Mr. Olympia basically. It really allowed me to feel like a Mr. Olympia in the making, because that's how I would watch fans be drawn to them, to those guys. And I got to have that same feeling. I'll admit, man, like, I'm pretty beat up. Ended up dropping my carbs a lot, just trying to make sure that, you know, I'm depleting a little bit so I can come in tighter and, you know, thin the skin out a little bit more. So that's been, like, obviously key. And doing that, I've been doing a lot of cardio. Like I said, I mean, I pretty much cut my carbs in half. So, man, I'm dying. And, you know, part of me just realizes that, you know, no sacrifice, no reward. And, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, just because you have different things going on in your life, or your diet's different and it hurts, doesn't mean that you can't come in here and kill it. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna get better today. We're not gonna let up. We're not gonna make excuses. We're gonna come in here, kill some hamstrings and some calves, and you know, blow these suckers up, man. So we're gonna start off, we're gonna do some lying leg curls. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some front-loaded sevens, meaning we're gonna start off with our FHT7 protocol and actually do 7 sets of 40 to 45 seconds rest, using about, I'd say 85% of our maximum weight. And that's definitely gonna wake these bad boys up. We're gonna get, you know, really good contraction, really good squeeze, but really good fullness throughout that particular exercise. Then we're gonna move over and do some standing leg curls, some lying, some standing leg curls. Then we're gonna do some seated leg curls, and then finish off with some stiff-legged deadlifts. And then we're gonna throw in some calves too. I think you guys would like that. So let's get it. What I've learned to do is kind of point my toes a little bit as I'm doing the exercise. Puts more stress on the hamstring, and it builds that bulk like right behind the kneecap. One thing I like about this particular exercise is that you get to work, obviously, each leg individually. So obviously, if you're lagging certain detail of thickness on the left or right side, you can do more more reps or more sets. This isn't an exercise that I feel that you have to load up the weight with, but more importantly, you have to get the best amount of contraction with. So unlike the FSC7 protocol, what we're doing for the rest of this hamstring workout is trying to get some cardio out of it too. So we're only gonna rest about a minute. That's gonna obviously prevent us from going too heavy, but it's gonna really make us focus in on the form. Use this machine for every show, just about. And what I noticed on this one is that you can really mess around with getting good, really maximum contraction. As we squeeze, we're gonna hold it for like, about a half a second longer than normal. We're not gonna use momentum, but more importantly, we're not gonna use our heels. We're gonna use a pointed toe effect and try to bring out more of that thickness, like I said before, behind that knee. It's gonna create more hang to your hamstring. So when you're hitting these side shots, you're gonna have some mad sweep going on. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use a wider stance. I noticed that it just changes it up for me a little bit, but also notice that it gives me a better stretch on the way down. You definitely don't want to come all the way up when you're doing this exercise, otherwise it almost seems like more of a deadlift and you're engaging your lower back too much. That completes our hamstring portion of today's leg day. Now we're gonna get some calves in. I'm totally locked in right now. I'm totally bought into being Mr. Olympia, and I gotta win this damn thing. I gotta do it. You know, that's what I tell myself every day. This is a good exercise because I noticed that you can get really good contraction throughout the whole entire movement. You know, all the time I just tell myself, not that you're going to, but you have to. I mean, everything depends on you having to win and you being your ultimate best. All right, you guys, that does complete our ham and calf day here over at Armbrust Pro Gym, 3 weeks out from the 2011 Mr. Olympia contest. Hey, what's up, you guys? Here we are over at Olympia Muscle and Fitness, here to do my training camp in Toronto, Canada. We've got a few, probably say about 12 guys that are, I'd say, you know, pretty excited, you know, to get it on and ask a lot of questions, you know, train. And I'm gonna actually train with them and show them different techniques, different little secrets that I've learned along the way of my 9-year career that has helped me get to where I'm at. All right, you guys, I just want to say welcome. Thank you for coming out on a nice Saturday morning. I'm sure you guys are fully awake. I'm not, but I'm sure within the next 10 minutes I'll be, you know, ready to rock and roll. Yeah, definitely want to thank you guys for coming out. I know Val's been working, you know, really hard to put this together. Primarily for this visit, for me to come out, is to give you guys a little bit more perspective as to what you may see me and other pros do in the magazines and in videos. I know a lot of the time, you know, you can go on YouTube and get, you know, some added tips here and there, but you actually want to see them applied by the individual himself. What I'd like to do is, you know, obviously train with you, but to, like I said, give you guys some tips here and there, check form, give you what I've been taught and what I've been able to utilize, you know, in the gym to give me the results that you've seen on that stage. Any other questions? All right, let's go. Chin up, yep.
We're basically just going through, working each muscle group, getting an idea of proper form, proper technique.
Making sure that you have someone with you at times just to spot you a little bit and to make sure that your form is good is really important on back. I like to do underhand grips as well. Get that chin up. There you go, just like that. That's good, that's good.
There's only about 12 of us here, so it's pretty limited and pretty exclusive.
And make sure you guys breathe. Perfect.
Going over multiple different exercises, going through their routine, going through their form, and actually me performing their same exercises through their workouts and showing them how to correctly hit, you know, each exercise.
Yes, right there.
You know, I've watched Phil in a lot of videos, and Phil is more about technique and proper form, and you know, a lot of these guys think that they know what they're doing, but you know, when you have actual, like Phil today, teaching these guys one-on-one proper techniques, proper form,
Good.
speed, all these things, you know, make you into a better bodybuilder.
So right about here, I want this leg forward. So the hand that you got, just like how he's doing it, left leg, left hand. Now row it. Now I want to pull a little lower back into there. Yes, there it is.
So I'm really excited to be here, train with the gift himself. And there's so many different ways out there. It's good to hear it from him himself. So
You're pulling it, boom, boom. That's how you pull a lawnmower. Yeah. I mean, if anyone's done any manual labor.
that was just as much fun for them as it was for me. I mean, I was really excited because I actually did get to fulfill the role as a teacher.
I'm not going too far wide, but this is about as far as I like to go, right here. Because you throw them down. No. Come on. Good, good. Perfect.
Phil's been really good so far, answering those questions for us and really giving us a better perspective of what it's like to be a bodybuilder and the lifestyle that he has.
Incline fly, it's the same principle. Putting that head back into the pad. Breathe. There you go.
The next Mr. O. You met this last one, now you got the next Mr. O.
He was 2 weeks old when you met Jay.
Oh, really? Right.
We get to go down to Vegas in September for his first birthday, where he'll get to see Phil hold up his first Mr. O title.
Keep those elbows up. Keep that chest up. There you go. Your off season is where you get to, you know, figure out what type of diet works, what type of supplements, everything. Good. Because then when you get ready for a show, then you don't have all these questions. Then you're not, you know, like asking every freaking guy in the gym, like, so what do you do? What do you do? It's like, no, dude, I've already tried all this and I already know what works. Yep, there you go. Yeah, because you're almost kicking this way. But when you're pointing your toes the whole time, you actually have to lift it.
I mean, we had a lot of advanced trainers. We had guys that actually run their own personal training businesses that are coming up to me to ask for advice. And it all made sense to them.
It'd be good now I get to put it into work with my clients next week.
Making sure that you have the proper technique instead of